All right, y'all. So, third time's a charm. I done had to re-record this video and redo this reading probably 6 times now. And for whatever reason, I keep getting interrupted and just, or it's not the right moment, or um, I don't know. Um, anyway, as requested, or as many people, I guess, wanted me to do this. Um, at first, I wasn't going to do a reading about Miya marcano, simply because the situation is still fresh, and I didn't want to, cause offense to anyone, or um, I just didn't think that maybe this was the right time. I especially didn't think it was the right time last December. Um, and this is initially when she contacted me. It was either December or November. I can't really remember the day. Um, but I mean, from that point up until now, I was just very apprehensive of even doing this out of respect um, for her relatives and loved ones that she have, at this point left behind. So, I kind of just said no. I don't want to kind of get into that. I may, you know, just let things be, or if it's meant for me to do the video, I'll do it. That was my take on it. But this is something, I feel, especially when connecting with her, this was something that she really wanted me to try to get out and express. Not just for people to really know the truth, but she more so wanted to do this as like a last wish. It was really important for her to try to do this um, with the intent of getting her last wishes out to her family, or saying whatever it is that she needed to say that she didn't have a chance to say when she was here. Um, so I feel at this point it is my duty to do this on her behalf. Now, what I will say is I will not touch on anything that she does not want me to discuss, simply because even in death, you have to respect the dead. You have to respect not only people that are living, um, but when someone is no longer here, you must respect, whatever their last wishes are, whatever it is that they don't want to discuss, or are not ready to discuss. Um, and that's just that. So, the first thing that I will kind of touch on, or in the duration of this reading, I will get into bits and pieces of the information. Again, this is something that you can go Google. You can go Google the entire, backstory of what happened with her, the time frame, all of that, because this is, public information at this point. Due to the fact that it was reported on news, there was, a big old press conference. So anyone can go and get the specifics of the information surrounding the incident. However, since we're basing this off of her energy that I pick up, um, I will more so touch on energetically what she wants me to speak on. I will touch on her character. I will touch on, who she was close to, who she wasn't, close to, anything of significance that she wants me to mention. And her last words to her family. I will also touch on what I pick up in concern of the accused man, which is Armando. He was, allegedly the guy that abducted her and had something to do with her disappearance. So I will touch on that, but I won't touch on the specifics. Anything gruesome, more or less, in terms of the events that happened in her death, like how she died. I won't touch on that because I don't feel that that's something she wants me to kind of discuss. It could be a number of reasons why she doesn't want me to touch on that. The only thing that I do get from that is that she's just not ready to talk about it, or it may still be traumatic to her. Either way, I have to respect her wishes. Um, with that being said, before I begin, I do want to give my condolences to the family and loved ones and friends that she might have had a connection with and known. Um, my heart does go out to you all, and I hope that this reading in some way, shape, or form gives you some sort of clarity. I wouldn't say peace, because to be realistic, when you lose a loved one, peace is an understatement of what you're feeling in those moments, and it takes time, to heal, especially from something like this. Um, so, do I wish that you eventually will gain peace? Yes. Um, if this doesn't bring you anything else, I'm hoping that it brings clarity. I'm hoping that you're able to get her last words that she might have wanted to say, any messages that she might have wanted to say, that she could not say. I'm hoping that you're able to gain that today from this reading. So again, I send my prayers and condolences to the family of Miya. So Miya Marcano was born on April 26, 2002. She was 19 years old when she went missing. And according to reports, she went missing on Friday, September 24th, 2021. The accused killer and accused, or allegedly accused, the guy surrounding this entire situation, is a man named Armando Manuel Caballero. According to reports, he was the only person that kind of knew of her whereabouts. And there was also, certain documentation, I guess, or certain, I wouldn't say documentation, but there were certain time frames that was reported, in the news that I guess witnesses or people that worked in the apartment complex, or I'm not sure if the local authorities even gave out, the source of how they got the time frame of his whereabouts and, him coming and going. But I'm just going to go based off of what I found, because either way, anybody can, go Google this information. You can go Google, the time frame of events in terms of his involvement, per se, and everything. With that being said, Miya went missing, like I said, on September 24th. That particular day, reports state that she did go to work. She was supposed to, I can't fucking speak. Trying to get my words out correctly. Supposedly, that particular day, um, she was supposed to get on a flight to go see her family. She never got on the flight. She never made it to the airport to board that flight. Now, I don't know if I got my time frames wrong, but reports saying that at 5 p.m. that was the last time anyone seen her when she was leaving her shift, I guess, for that day. I'm guessing that she got off normally at 5 o'clock or 5 p.m. every day. She did work in the front office of the apartment complex where she lived, which is the Arden Villas. 4:30 p.m. reports say that a master key was used to enter Mia's apartment around that time. At 5:52 p.m., Caballero's vehicle leaves the apartment complex, according to what deputies reported. At let's see, now at 2:14 p.m., the Orange County Sheriff's Office said the deadbolt to Marcano's apartment was opened by Armando. I guess, and then around 7:01, Caballero, which is Armando, places a fake maintenance call. And then around 7:11 p.m., Caballero contacts the apartment office staff and asks to be let in. I guess it was like a gate that they used to let all the residents in, or maybe he asked for a code. Deputy said at this moment he did this to kind of, throw everybody off track, to make it look like he had an alibi, etc. At 7:16 p.m., someone used Marcano's, this would be Mia's key. At 7:16 p.m., someone used Mia's key to swipe the exterior lock to her apartment. At that point, though, it's reported that no one actually entered the apartment. So at 7:38 p.m., Armando Caballero leaves the area of the Arden Villas in his vehicle. And then at 8:20 p.m. to 8:40 p.m., his phone is left near Timber Scan Apartments. Now, I'm going to touch on first who I feel Miya, was in terms of her character, and anything else that she may want to say. And then I will touch on what I get from his energy. I will also touch on the time frame of events and what I feel he possibly could have been, doing around that time, or whatever I pick up or whatever she might want me to disclose concerning those time frames. So right off the bat, when I pick up Miya's energy, I get a very light-hearted energy. It wasn't like she was carefree, but she was she was very happy. Very happy girl. There was no, I'm not saying that she didn't have, her moments where she maybe would have been sad about something. What I'm saying is her overall energy in her day to day, or especially when she was around her parents or family members, or weren't really around anyone. This was the type of girl that, just always stayed positive. She always tried to see the brighter side of things. And she was very optimistic. I don't know why it's so difficult for me to get out my words, but just bear with me. She's very close to her family, very loyal to her family, and vice versa. Where it concerns specific family members that she was close to, I do pick up more so that she was very close to her father. She definitely wants me to express that, yes, she was close to all of her family members. She loved her little cousin. She loved her brother. She loved her mother. She, was close with her mother and close with her grandmother. Very close with her grandmother. She is mentioning something about the nickname of Titi Ma or Titi Ma. I don't know if she meant that to a closer aunt of hers or if she meant that nickname for her grandmother. Um, but she wanted me to mention that nickname. Now, her and her father was kind of like, yeah, two peas in a pod. There was not a day that went by that they didn't text, call each other, spend time with each other. There were moments where, yes, he might have been busy, in his everyday life, maybe working or doing some type of, music project. Um, because I guess anyone that knows him, he is like a DJ of some sort. But there was never really a dull moment with them. I wouldn't say they both was to each other's hip, but their bond is so strong that could nothing break it. Like, she loved her father, very protective over her father, and he's very protective over her. Like, he will he will end somebody over his baby girl. Um, and so right off the bat, I get that she was just the type of person that if her family knew that, if her family was in need in any way capacity, she would see to it that she would be there without a question. Whatever it is that they need, she would do it. Because, like I said, her loyalty to her family was priceless. And not a lot of people in this day and age has a strong family bond like they do, and that's what she had. She had nothing but love and support around her, and she gave the same in return to her family members. With her dad, she's also wanting me to mention that about 2 years ago, or right when she turned 18, or when she was 17 going on 18, something about the car, or like the car ride, or not like the car ride, because I think they took car rides, but she's mentioning that she was in the driver's seat, he was on the passenger seat. He was teaching her how to drive, I guess, is what she's trying, to relay. She's wanting me to mention that if that is anything that resonates. She wants me to mention that that particular day made her the most happiest. Um, she was very jokey, like with her dad. Like, she was jokey overall, but whenever her and her dad would link up, like, it was always a vibe. It was always fun times, nothing but laughing. And her smile was very electric. It was very like, if you were around her and you saw her smile, or you were able to not necessarily witness her energy, but come around her, because she had so much light in her. It was contagious. Her smile was contagious. I guess that's the words that I was trying to say. And she stayed laughing, like, she stayed giggly. Um, she loved to. I wouldn't say she loved to prank her cousins, or prank people, but she was wanting me to mention something about a prank that she used to prank her cousins, or her cousins would prank her, or her and her brother would prank each other. Um, but yeah, she was not the type of person either that I pick up that was, this egotistical girl, or she felt like she was better than someone else. No, she was very humble, but she wanted everybody to be good, feel good. Like, she wanted everybody to be happy. Like, she genuinely wanted this for people, not just her family. Even her classmates that knew her, like, that's how that's how that's how much her vibe and her aura rubbed off on people. It didn't rub off in a negative light, it rubbed off in a positive light, and that's exactly what she was. She was a light. You know, she would light up a room without even trying. Like as soon as she entered the room, everybody, like her presence demanded the room, and she didn't even try. Like she was just being Miya. Um, she was not the type of girl too to be jealous of another girl, or she was not the type of girl that liked to gossip either. Like she liked to kind of stay clear of confrontation. She was not the type that wanted any type of confrontation. So for the most part, everybody adored her. Anybody that came in contact with her adored her. Like you had to adore her, because that's how vibrant she was. And I know I keep going back to her daddy, but that their energy when they're around each other, it would always it would almost bring you to tears, because there's a lot of little girls that wish, what I'm saying, for a relationship that Miya had with her father, to have that. Like this man was dedicated to his daughter. She was dedicated to her daddy. He was the type of father, or is the type of father, that would push her towards her goals. He didn't play about her school. Like any dreams or admirations that she wanted to do, she was a very focused individual, very driven. She didn't understand the word no. Like if somebody told her no, that she can't do something, she will prove them wrong. She had the type of attitude that if somebody said, Miya, you can't do such and such, she would come back and say, bitch, watch me. You know what I'm saying? Like she was a go-getter. She was a hustler, and she would get it by any means. And I wouldn't say that she, didn't like, boys here and there. But that was not her main focal point at all. She was about her bread. At the end of the day, she was about making money, and she really wanted all the things that life could afford her and give her. She wanted kids one day. She wanted a husband. She didn't want to be somebody's baby mama. Like and that tells you right there that her family raised her on a very strong foundation. Like just raising her with to be the type of person to have dignity and respect about yourself, carry yourself like a lady, cross your legs when you're sitting. That's the type of like upbringing she had. School first, boys later. Like that's the energy that I'm getting from her dad, from her mother, from her grandmother. This girl, you name it, in terms of like if you want to break down what a family foundation and a strong bond and what it means to stick together, this family is it. And she was the same to her family in return. Like that was their dynamic. But the strongest relationship that I get out of the family structure is her and her dad. Like their bond is so unbreakable. Like it's hard to explain. But it's very strong. She's also wanted me to let it be known that she knows that he visits her. Like she knows that he visits her, and she knows that that he's around, or that she knows that he can feel her sometimes. Like and if anybody's wondering, or I don't know if, her family will ever listen to this video or come across this video, but she wants you to know that she is very much around you. She has chosen to protect you. But she's definitely around her father a lot. That's the biggest thing that's sticking out to me that I feel. Miya Miya had a best friend or a cousin too, like a big cousin. I'm getting a female, energy more so, that she loved to hang out with. She had a couple of cousins that she loved to hang out with, but this particular friend or cousin, or it could have been a friend and a cousin that she hung out with. that they kind of grew up with each other. Like they considered, each other's sisters. Like it was like a sister bond that I'm getting. And they would, take trips to the beach. Like she was a beach girl. Like she loved going to the beach, and it was something freeing. The energy at the beach, it was very freeing for her. She just loved nature. Like she loved nature. She loved the wind. She loved the water. Like she loved the sand in her toes. Like that was Mia's vibe. like, and don't get me wrong, Mia loved to party here and there. Like if her family had events, I'm also picking up that she was very active in family events. Anything that her dad was doing, she was very involved in, and vice versa. Anything that she was doing, he was very involved in, because that goes back to their very strong bond. Um, just give me a minute. Um, the other thing that I pick up is she was very close to her grandmother too. I don't know if she called her grandma Titima a lot. She also mentioned something about Antigua. I don't know if Antigua was a trip, or she's saying that it was supposed to be a trip or an upcoming trip, or not the trip that she was supposed to take on the day that she went missing. But this was a trip that either the family had already took, or her and her dad took, or they were getting ready to take this year. I don't know what Antigua is in reference to. She is mentioning the Virgin Islands as well. Um, she liked a lot of soca. I'm hearing soca, reggae. She did like reggaeton, but she loved soca and reggae. She liked overall a lot of music, but reggae and soca was her shit. Like she loved she loved reggae and soca, and she loved carnival. Like she definitely wants me to mention carnival. I'm also getting purple blue. She's I don't know if that's her favorite color, but she's wanting me to mention purple blue, or royal purple, or royal blue, or both. Maybe that was a color that she was fascinated with. She's wanting me to mention about someone teaching her how to ride a bike when she was 6. Somebody taught her how to ride a bike when she was 6. I'm leaning more towards that this was her father that taught her how to ride a bike at 6, 5 or 6 is what I'm getting from her. Now, the other thing that I'm getting from, just her overall energy is that she just literally was an angel on earth. Like she had a heart of gold. You know, she would really help anybody in need, but she was very devoted to her family. Very devoted to her family, like very devoted to her father, her aunts, her mother, and she misses her father dearly. She does. She's wanting me to mention that. Um, Now, I don't know if her dad has a music production company. I'm getting that as well. Uh, uh, she's wanting me to mention a music production company, or this is something that maybe he was working on, or that they were speaking about. I'm not sure if maybe they were planning on going into business with each other, but I'm also getting something along those lines. Now, I could be off. If I am, forgive me. Um, but yeah, she was very light spirited, very. She would stay with a smile. I don't think there was a moment that anybody ever seen her without her smile. It was almost like it was her signature for her face. Like she had the biggest, brightest smile, and it would melt anybody's heart if you saw her. You know, the way she would smile. Because, like I said, her smile was very contagious. Um, Very beautiful soul is what I just get from her. Just that baby was an angel. That's I get that very strong from her spirit. Um, and she loved animals too, is what she's wanting me to mention. She loved animals. Like, I don't think she likes snakes or spiders. She's saying something about snakes or spiders. Um, Maybe she was afraid of them. Uh, but overall, she loves animals. I don't know if she was more or less a dog person, as she's mentioning something about a dog or dogs. I don't know if the family had a family dog, or maybe she had a dog when she was younger. Now, she's wanting me to let it be known, I guess, about this. I guess she's wanting me to touch a little bit on this guy Armando. Um, she keeps telling me that he did it to me, like he did this to me, or I'm getting an obsession. Because I was saying before, if I'm gonna even tap into him just right off the gate, I get that this man was very obsessive. He had just this fantasy that he played out in his mind in a sick way of being with her. He was the type of guy that wouldn't take no for an answer. You know, no matter how many hints she threw at him that she was not interested, he wouldn't take no for an answer. I'm also getting that towards the end, I think he ticked off, and I don't know if he snapped inside, and he couldn't take the idea um, of not being able to be with her, basically. Now, I don't know how he got her number, but I'm also getting that he had these obsessive texts. Like, it got to the point where she felt like she might have had to block him, or she did block him. That's what I'm getting. This guy was very just funny acting. He gives me the weird vibes. Like, he's very just very troubled individual. I'm not going to touch on his upbringing, because at this point I remotely don't care too much for the guy. I'm gonna keep it a whole bean. I don't care for this man at all. I think he was a nasty soul. I think that he, watched this girl, over and over and over, and it was almost to the point where he studied her comings and goings. Like, it's almost like he was studying the time frames that she would go into work, get off of work. He would look at her and observe her at work. He had this compulsive, obsessive craziness about her. um, he just And the thing is too, that it was reported, like, and I'm gonna get back to what I'm feeling concerning him, but it was reported that prior, to him working where she worked, he had other incidents or previous incidents that, he had, a situation with two or three other girls or what have you, with, stalking. And, because they told him no, he decided to react in a violent way. Something about, he threw a rock in one girl's house. So, that tells you right off the gate that this guy was a little loopy. Now, where it concerns Miya, he would not let up off this girl. That is what I'm getting from this man. Like soon as he set eyes on her, to him, he felt like he had to have her, and if he couldn't have her, no one could. That is what I'm getting. Now, crazy thing about all of this is that her family, I really take it that her family had a good inclination that this guy was full of shit, and which in fact, if I'm gonna keep it a whole bean, he was. He completely lied about, not being obsessed over her, not texting her. Like it's even a video that I think resurfaced, especially if you look this up on YouTube. The family, was had approached him one night or the same night. I don't know if it was the same night or the day after, she was reported missing. A sheriff was there on the property, and you see him in the video. He's kind of like telling them, oh, I don't know where she is. I don't know about her whereabouts. And then he mentioned some girl named Tati, and there, his family's like, we don't know no damn Tati. He was completely full of shit, is what I'm getting from this man. Full of shit. At that specific moment, what I get from him right off the bat, he was very nervous. He was very nervous because I think even in the back of his mind, he knew the family was on to him, and he knew that the local authorities was going to be on to him. It was just a matter of time. Because I do believe that maybe they didn't want to, off the gate, maybe investigate him. Now, again, I'm not taking up for how the authorities handled everything. Neither here or there. What I will say is, in that moment when the family approached him, if I'm basing what I feel off of his energy, he knew that he was in trouble. Like, he knew that, all eyes was on him. Even if, the police didn't suspect him, he knew the family did. And I do pick up that the family just knew something about this man didn't sit right with them. They didn't like this man, not one damn bit. And to be quite honest, they had every reason to. I do get that he was very much involved with her whereabouts. He was very much involved with dumping her body and trying to hide it. Like, he very much involved. Now, do I pick up that it was anybody else possibly, helping him with the situation? No. I pick up that he was in this on his own. It was almost like he planned this. I'm going to be very honest. It was almost like he planned it with the intent of trying to get her alone and trying to maybe and this is the thing. I don't know why, logically speaking, because his logic was just discombobulated. Like, he was all wrong, like just crazy as hell. I guess in his mind, he thought that, hey, if I get her alone, if I sneak up in her apartment, maybe sway her and try to plead my case to her, whatever. He was thinking that maybe he had another shot with her. I don't know. But I'm getting right off the bat, he just obsessive, compulsive, just crazy as hell. Like, this boy was very loopy where it concerned this girl, no matter how much she told him. And that's another thing that I pick up. She did tell him, hey, you cool people's at work, but I'm not really interested in you like that, And I think for Miya, she encountering him overall, she knew automatically that he was just, something was off about him, and she didn't want no parts of that shit. She had very good intuition about her. Like, that's something that she carried with her, and as soon as somebody gave her a bad vibe or something was off about them, she didn't fuck with them. So that was the type of girl she was. She kept her circle small, and she kept her family close. And with this individual, he just gives me obsessive. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie Obsessed. That's what he's giving me right now. Like, he's like, he would not leave this baby alone. Like, he would not leave her alone and let her be. Um, Again, I don't pick up that maybe I don't pick up that she felt like he would physically harm her. I pick up that maybe she felt in her mind, had she kept just telling him no, I'm not interested, that eventually he would get the picture. And he didn't. He would not let up off of this girl. He didn't care either. He didn't care either. Um, Now again, I'm not going to speak to. Excuse me. I'm not going to speak to. I just don't want to speak too much on this man because I don't like his spirit. I don't like his energy. I just pick up liar. I pick up liar. I pick up obsession. I pick up possessive. That's what I pick up where it concerns his energy. He was like a very unsettled person. Just he didn't know some days if he was coming or damn going. And I don't know if he was on any type of medication, but I'm very surprised he wasn't locked up somewhere in a damn mental institution because that boy was troubled. Like, I don't know how nobody saw the signs or nobody saw him, not speaking on her, but I don't know how anybody that employed him didn't see the sign. And I think that's another thing about Armando that I pick up is he was a type of individual too. He was very well spoken. Like, he was a type of guy that could make it seem like he was a good guy, but underneath he was full of shit. You know, he knew how to hide his skeletons, and he knew how to hide his demons very well. The problem with that is Miya saw right through that shit, and so did her family. Um, with that being said, do I feel like he was involved in her killing, involved in her disappearance? Absolutely, I do. Um, just based off of the clearly obsessive energy that he had for her. Like, this man was sprung over heels for this girl, and no matter how many times she gave him the hint, whether it was in an indirect way or a direct way, I mean, he just didn't. He didn't see no. He didn't care about the word no. Um, and I strongly believe if her family knew, that this boy was doing this shit, they would have nipped this shit in the bud before it even got to that point. I strongly believe that. Um, that's why I feel like you know, he tried to put on some type of show in front of the police when they were there that night, and the family was there. I think that he was in that moment. He was scared shitless, like he was really scared. And I'm gonna tell you another reason. Um, God don't. I'm gonna tell you another thing. Not another reason. I'm trying to get my words together. Another thing is his conscience in that moment. Because let's be clear, whatever he did with Miya, um, that same day on the 24th when she did go missing, his conscience was fucking with him. It sure damn was. Them damn demons was fucking with him. And anything else in his conscience that was telling him, motherfucker, you gonna pay for this shit. And I'm sorry I'm cussing like this, but it literally angers me that this man did this, and to me, he took the easy way out. Like, it's unfortunate. It really fucking is unfortunate that this sicko did this to this baby, because in a way, also, he knew that Mia stayed alone. He knew that in some way, shape, or form, she was somewhat vulnerable to him. She knew, another man didn't live with her, so he knew that, so to speak, he felt like, oh, she don't got no, nobody kind of living there, so if I pop up on her, like, he was just sick in the mind, like sick, just sick. I don't want to touch. I don't want to even touch on this sorry excuse of a man. And I'm sorry. Yes, the fuck I said it. Sorry ass excuse of a fucking man. I don't give two donkey fucks who got to say what. He was a shitty ass person, and that's just what on that. But see, one thing about it, God don't play about his chosen. He don't play about his chosen, and he don't play about his children that are highly favored and protected by him. And if you mess with a angel that was, sent to this earth to help and uplift and had a spirit like Miya did, just an innocent baby, and you fuck with that, and you hurt, like physically harm that person, and you think you ain't finna pay for that shit, think again. You gonna pay for that shit. Whether you pay for it in life or death, you will pay for it. And it's called karma. And God don't like ugly. And that's the type of smoke nobody wants. So I think he I think he knew, that eventually he was going to get caught, and his conscience was fucking with him. That shit was eating his ass alive, as it should have been, because he was dead ass fucking wrong. And again, I feel he took the easy way out because he knew he was gonna serve some time. He just knew this shit was gonna blow up in his damn face, and he knew he ain't have a lot of time either. Now, do I think he took the easy way out, being a damn coward, and took his life and all this nonsense? Yes, I think that was a coward ass move for him to do. But like I said, the thing about karma is either you pay in life or you pay in death. Either way, God gonna see to it that your ass pay. I don't care who you are. And that's on that. Now, I guess with that being said, once I guess Miya was reported, missing, because the family had got suspicious that she didn't, board the flight. Obviously, she missed her flight. So they got worried. They called the local authorities. They filed a missing report, to report her as a missing person. There was a big, wide search in the state of Florida. I think they was doing that for days, probably a week, I think, that the news was saying. And it also states because I think I touched on the time frame earlier, around, let's see, around 7:16 p.m. It says someone used Mia's key to swipe the exterior lock to her apartment. No one enters the apartment. So automatically from his energy, he had something to do with that. That's what I pick up. He definitely did. He was trying to swipe away any evidence that he feel the police may have been able to find. Um, 7:38 p.m. It says, or reports were saying that Caballero leaves the area of the Arden Villas in his vehicle. So obviously, again, at this point in time, he's trying to make it look like he was somewhere else and that he ain't have nothing to do with nothing, so that he can have some sort of phony ass alibi. just trying to hide and save damn face. At 8:20 p.m. to 8:40 p.m., reports say that his phone is left near timber scan. So what I get from that is that he left his phone over there so that the police would not be able to trace him. Because the police is very good about, I guess, situations such as this when they trying to trace a person. He knew this, and like I said, I don't know if y'all knew earlier when I was touching on this. This man had multiple issues before when he was harassing and stalking other women way before he met Miya. And this motherfucker knew he knew, what he could get away with and what he couldn't. He wasn't stupid by a long shot. So he did this to try to hide, um, evidence, to try to throw anybody off his whereabouts, or to make it look like, I don't know, he lost his phone. But I'm more so picking up, it wasn't even about him losing his phone. It was more so, if he would have left his phone over in that area, they wouldn't have been able to trace where he was exactly. And even though his dumbass did that, it led them eventually to her body. This guy just, I really don't want to keep touching on this man. He irritates my very being. Now, at that specific moment, after he, I guess, did all of that, he then, I guess, reports say that he then, somewhere, I guess, close to that area, I forget exactly where this man killed himself, but he goes ahead and he commits suicide. Cowardly thing to do, I know, but that's what happened. He, decided he wanted to end his life. Now that tells your ass right there, he did the shit. He was very much so guilty. But like I said, his conscience, when you do some fucked up shit and you do some evil demonic shit, anything of that nature, that shit is gonna eat away at your asses. I don't care who you is. Your conscience always eats at you when you know you done did some fuckery, or you done did something to someone that did not deserve that. Your conscience will eat your ass alive. And that is what happened to his bitch ass. His conscience ate his ass alive. So for that, I say he's a damn coward for trying to get the easy cop out, because he didn't want to deal with the punishment that was waiting for his ass. And unfortunately, once, I guess, the local authorities was able to trace and track down her body, and then, track down him, they found his body, everything kind of came to a close. She is wanting me to let it be known that this was not a situation where she was interested in this man in no way, shape, or form. Now, did she feel like they could be, co-workers at work and keep it professional? Yeah. There was something about him that she saw in him that she just did not like. And even if she was to even think about going there with him romantically, she told his ass no, because she picked up red flags about him and she wanted no parts of that. So she really wants me to let that be known, that she did not want any parts with an individual like that, because she felt like he was just very unstable. very, very possessive, and that was something that Miya was not going to stand for with anybody that she chooses to be in a relationship with. She didn't want that type of man in her life. So she picked that up about him right off the bat. But in a nice way. She was trying to let him know so many times. Listen, I ain't interested. You know what I'm saying? Like you a little loopy. I ain't interested in I'm not interested in buying what the fuck your ass is selling. Good day. That to me again. That's what I keep picking up from her in that situation. She was not interested in this man, not in the least bit. Um, was he very much interested in her in a sick way? Yes. He just would not take no for a damn answer. Um, Trying to make sure that I ain't left nothing else out. Um, I won't say too much about the management company because, again, I don't want to sit here and portray nobody as anything. What I will say is that she wants me to let it be known that she did ask for help. I'll just put it that way. She wants me to let it be known that this was not a situation that um, she didn't bring up. She wants me to let it be known that she very much so did ask for help. Um, and no one helped. So, with that being said, very tragic story, very tragic ending. In my opinion, she just wants her family to know that she does miss and love everyone. Specifically, she wants her father and her mother to know that she is always around them and she will miss them dearly. Um, I don't I don't pick up that she has a specific message per se, but she just wants it to be known that um, she did try to fight this guy off. Like she tried to fight back is what she's telling me. She tried to fight him, off of her. She tried to, get him to leave her be, and he wouldn't. He wouldn't leave her alone. Um, Now it was at one point she's saying that it was off and on. I'm getting like an off and on energy that he would do concerning her, but overall she wants it to very much be known that she did try to fight him off and that she was not interested in an individual like this. She just wants everyone in her family to know that she loves them, and she's hoping that everyone finds peace someday, or God's willing, if it's possible. That's what she wants. She wants everyone to be happy. She wants everyone to at least try to move on and live their life when time permits. I wouldn't say right now because it's unrealistic. There's a lot of pain going on. What I will say is that her wish is for everyone to be happy, just as she wished for that when she was alive. That is her wish to her family, and she wants me to let her dad know that she loves him dearly and that she wants him to continue his dream in music, um, or his production company. I don't know if he already has one or he's trying to get one off of the ground, but she's wanting me to let that be known that she wants him to thrive in that and have success in that. Um, Her spirit is very much still around, simply because she chooses to be, a protector to her family. I don't, pick up that she's quite ready to kind of I don't know, to kind of let go in terms of her dad, because again, I'll say it again, they had this very strong bond, and in a sense they still do. um, our loved ones never really leave us. They may leave the body behind, but their spirit is forever. They never leave us, in a sense. um, but yeah, I hope that I guess covered everything. I hope that I did. I don't know if I um, left anything out. Again, I didn't get into any gruesome details, any specifics surrounding her death, because that is something that she did not want me to kind of, I guess, touch on, as something that's very sensitive, and I guess out of respect um, to her loved ones. I didn't disclose that. I didn't feel like it was appropriate, I guess, to disclose that. What I will say is that this is a very sad story. I don't feel like she has anything else that she wants me to say or touch on personally. Um, but very beautiful soul she was. She was very just a vibrant person. She wanted the best for everybody, and anybody she considered a friend, she lived up to what it means to be a friend. But especially her family, like there was nothing she wouldn't do for her family. Very protective over her family, adored her family, adored her father, and her loved ones and her classmates. She had a lot of dreams and ambitions and goals that she wanted to do. It's just very sad that she's no longer here to do that. She just keeps telling me to let everyone know to keep living, to keep living, um, to keep going. Um, and she's saying something about prayer. That's another thing that I think that I pick up from her too, off the gate as well, is that Miya was the type of girl that she stayed praying. Um, she was very much involved in just making sure that she gave thanks and being appreciative, and just a very humble soul. She stayed praying. Whether she was praying over her food or praying when she first got up in the morning or going to bed, she stayed praying, saying her prayers every single day. She didn't miss a beat with that, which lets me know her family raised her, in a good, um, positive, and nurturing way, and raised her to have morals and values, and raised her to put God first, and everything else come later. Um, Very beautiful spirit though. So again, I do um, I do give my condolences. I'm hoping that I have touched on everything. I'm hoping um, that I didn't offend anyone maybe doing this video, because again, like I said, I was very apprehensive of even doing this. Um, but I felt like this was something that she just really wanted to get out. She didn't have a chance to she didn't have a chance to she didn't have a chance to get out certain things, and I guess this was the only way that she could. Again, she just wants it to be known. She's also, before I go, she's also, or before I close this out, she's also wanting me to let it be known that she did text her dad that day. She texted her dad, and I think she texted her mom as well, or her grandma, or her aunt, or all three. But she specifically texted her dad, and she took a little while to get back in the text. But she's wanting me to let it be known that she said more in the text is what she's trying to get out, I guess. She wished she would have said more to him before before that tragic thing happened to her. 'Cause, with the situation arising like it did, she's just wishing that she had more time, and that she had more to say, I guess, other than a short response, is what she's saying. Because again, like I said, it was never really a day where they didn't text each other. They stayed texting and calling and FaceTiming and etc. with each other. But she wanted to mention, something about a text that she just feel like she didn't. She wished she would have been able to say more. I don't know if she was already. I don't know if she was already at work or she was getting ready to go to work. This could have been a text in the morning or in the middle of the day or something, because that was another thing. Her dad always would check on her throughout the day, and she would do the same, vice versa, because they would kind of like go back and forth with texting and calling each other. They had a very strong closeness, and that was just that's the few things that they enjoyed being able to do with each other, is just keep in contact. Like, she never wanted like a hour or 2 hours to go by even without speaking to him or without knowing that he was okay, and that he felt the same way towards his daughter. So with that being said, she just wants it to be known that she misses everyone. And if you sense that she's around you, she is. You're not crazy. You're not losing it. She's definitely around. Her presence is definitely around. Um, but yes, I think that's it. Um, I'm not feeling energetically that she has anything else to say. Um, so again, like I said, I hope that I give my condolences again to the family and her loved ones that are still mourning her, and that are just trying to find some sort of healing in all of this. Um, I will send my prayers and love and light to um, those that knew her and her close loved ones. And also anyone else that's listening to this video that this story may have touched, or her reading may have touched you in any type of way, do so and leave me a comment in the comments section underneath this video. If you like this video, hit like, share, subscribe. Well, subscribe, please. Anyway, you don't have to. It's your choice. I don't know if I'm gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing energetic psychic readings every week. I may do it every other week. I don't know. It's just, I'm still a rookie and all of this, still, at the beginning stages of um, this journey, this spiritual journey. And so far, I still, before I end this video, I want to just kind of show thanks to all the spiritual advisors. I watch a couple that have really inspired me more than they know. One of them is by the name of Empathetic as fuck, or AF, Empathetic AF. The other is Lunar Eclipse Tarot. The other main reader that I kind of just grew to love, because she is the damn truth, and she does music as well. As her name is Mother Gold. That's MUV as in Victor A Gold. She is definitely a good reader. All of them are very good readers. Mother Gold, and I guess what sets her apart really is that, also if you're going to go subscribe to her channel, be mindful she holds nothing back. Baby girl tells the truth and she tells it like it is. She does wonderful music as well, very artistic, very beautiful voice. I just want to give thanks to those psychic readers. It's so many. It's so many. It's so many spiritual advisors that I look up to, and because of them, I have found the courage and been brave enough to even do this. Also, those who have liked and supported me from like day one, it's because of y'all too that I have even decided to do something like this. Because make no mistake, I was very afraid to branch out and do something like this. It's not easy. It's not easy. You know, trying to enlighten others, and it's not easy to step out and live in your truth. That's not an easy journey. The spiritual journey is not easy either. But to know that I've helped, people along the way, or I've started to be able to help people along the way, it's a humbling experience, and it makes me happy. It makes me want to push forward and keep going, and to keep bringing enlightenment and truth and love and any type of positive vibrations that I can give to the earth. It makes me want to do this, because I get so much positive feedback. Some have not been so positive. Keep it all the way above, but for the most part, overall, the good does outweigh the bad. So again, if you like this video, click like or subscribe to my channel for more energetic readings. I do hope that you guys like this video. I hope that if it didn't inspire you, I hope that maybe her story touched you. Again, I hope that her soul is able to find peace. And my heart definitely does go out to her family in this difficult time. I do give my condolences to her family, and I pray for their healing as well. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm tapped the fuck out. I don't want to, keep y'all any longer. I think this video is literally going to be an hour and 13 minutes or 14 minutes if I keep talking long. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and yeah, I'm done. I'm adios. I will see y'all on the flip side. Like I said, I may do one next week. I don't know. I will do whatever I feel led to do, whatever my spirit, um, feels led to do. I may or may not do one, or I may just give myself a whole week or 2 weeks break. I don't know. I will do these readings when I feel like them. Um, I'm trying to remind myself that I'm not like on some type of crazy time frame where I have to do these every day or something like that. But yeah, shout outs to those who have supported and shown me so much love. Um, your support does not go unnoticed. I thank you guys. I also want to thank God, source the Most High, for just bringing me to this point, and it's very much just appreciated. I'm very humbled. So yeah, y'all have a great weekend. Y'all be safe. Please, if you're going out and you're partying and stuff, be mindful of your surroundings. People are just getting crazy and loopy out here. Be safe, and I love you guys. And until next time, bye.